So please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
More like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy here.
Is this
No,
is this really happening? You met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like Luther Rickner, Arnold, okay?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay. Hey.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
How
I
do you do it?
mean,
Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile. Smile going on some shoes, but you know.
Wait, hold up.
You got.
I gotta
when it's
try
time,
this with you.
when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try this
you gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny and start laughing.
Do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
This is sexy eyes right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smizing.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are doing well out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this camera's always just wanting to tilt off into the distance and all. I don't know what's going on with my camera. It just likes to tilt. You know what I mean? Randomly just tilt. Right before the show starts. It's lovely, isn't it? Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well out there. We got to talk about a lot of stuff. I mean, underneath the feed right now, underneath the video, as you see right now, we most definitely need to talk about this. This is some breaking news. It is official. I got puppies that are losing their mind in the background. You know what I mean? Upset as hell. Just like I feel like a lot of other people are upset about this, by the way. Yes, the U.S. Senate has acquitted Donald Trump in his second historical impeachment trial. Bruh, I feel like they should call him Teflon. You know what I'm saying? Everything just slides off of him. Everything just slides off of him. You know what I mean?
Teflon Don.
Teflon Don. Yeah, they need to call him Teflon Don. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is untouchable, apparently. You know, when he said, hey, I could go into the middle of the street, shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue and no one would give a damn. Well, it looks like that's actually going to be true. That looks like it's an actual thing. You know what I'm saying? But before we jump in, because we got to, unfortunately, today's show is going to be, I always say this, but I'm dead ass. Today's show is going to be short. So we got to go through a lot of different things. There's a lot of things to cover, a lot of pieces of articles and things that are going on. We definitely need to talk about all these things before we open up the phone lines, which I will be doing, and hearing from all you guys from the fam to hear your thoughts about all this stuff that's going on. So before we jump into that, my boy T is in the house. What's good, man?
What's up to the Pascal family? Good evening. It's a rare Saturday night show, but happy you guys are all here. What's up to Mark Jones in the chat? Super Pat G in the chat. All the family. Yeah, it's all good. I'm just ready to talk to you guys live on the phone, and let's see what's going on
and get through this. You know what I'm saying? We got to get through this situation, because I'm gonna be real. I left the house. Okay, I was messaging. I left the house. I messaged David and I messaged T, because I was like, yo, are they going to be making the decision on the impeachment today? Or are we going to have to wait till tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday kind of thing? And everyone kind of responded back like, it might be later on. Like, David was like, it's probably going to be later on tonight. And T didn't respond back. Well, he did respond, but he was like, let me see what's up. And then I didn't hear anything from him. It's all good. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
I was distracted. My bad.
It's all good. You're busy. You were doing your thing. It's a Saturday. Enjoy your time. But I was sitting there going, okay, I got to find out what's going on. I'm out, I'm at a hardware store. Literally, I literally left my home. Drove to a home improvement store, and as I walk in the doors, I go bing bong. All of a sudden, I feel my Apple Watch vibrate, and I look at it, and it's Apple News telling me that Trump has been acquitted for the second time. Man, I was just like, bro, I'm done. I'm done, y'all. I am done. So. And of course, a lot of us are sitting here going, about this acquittal? And there's other people, there's 74 million people on the other side of the world, okay, of America, that are doing literally cartwheels. And if they can physically do it, they're doing jumping jacks and raising their hands up into the sky and saying, "Thank you, Jesus. Our Savior has been saved." Now, obviously, you guys know how I feel about it. About Trump, I'm not a fan. Never been, never will. I'm surprised that not surprised. I'm not surprised that Teflon Don was able to just bob and weave, you know what I mean, Heisman Trophy, that kind of thing, and get out of the situation with ease. But I expected the trial to take a little bit longer than it did. It almost seemed like there was a trial and then there wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It was like minute rice. You know what I mean? Boop, boop, boop. And it's done. Over, finished, easy and easily shared with the rest of the family. It was just that fast. And I'm not happy about that. I'm going to be real.
Quickie.
It was a quickie. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, "Oh, yeah, baby, I love you." Ooh, ooh, good. And then out, quickie. You know what I'm saying? 2 pump, chump. You see what I'm saying? And that's what happened. Just like that, a quickie. You know what I'm saying? And no, T, I didn't go to the home improvement store. I didn't go to Home Depot to go get no Gorilla Glue. Okay.
You never know, man. It's like the next addiction out here.
All I'm saying. So. Do you see these eyelashes? They be fluttery. Okay, these are natural. Okay,
Oh,
natural. I don't need to put anything in my hair because I ain't got none. So we good.
That Caribbean, eyelashes you got over there.
Yes.
Okay.
Chatana. You know what I'm saying? So we got to go through this quick thing. A little bit of a breakdown of of things that were going on. Of course, there's a lot of things to cover, but one thing that I liked about shout out to CNN. CNN did a little a recap of everything, and I figured we should all check this out together because it's a nice breakdown of a series of events that happened over the past couple days, and it's fairly well done. So let's take a look at this.
For a second time, Donald Trump has escaped conviction by the U.S. Senate.
It is therefore ordered and adjudged that the said Donald John Trump be, and he is hereby acquitted of the charge in said article.
The final vote capped off a dramatic and unpredictable day where House impeachment managers initially announced plans to call witnesses in the trial of the former president.
We would like the opportunity to subpoena Congresswoman Herrera regarding her communications with House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy.
Calling witnesses would have most likely sent the trial in a dramatically different direction, leading to a...
Now, I do want to point something out before we continue on this thing. This is the question I want to throw out to everybody who's watching and the people who are starting to come in, okay? First off, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much. Be sure to hit that like button. That would really mean a lot. Get those likes up. I see that there are people starting to come in. Hit them likes, get them all the way up. But my question to you is this. Do you truly feel that witnesses in this part of this trial, witness testimony would have helped? What are your thoughts? Do you think that witness testimony would have helped in this trial or no? I'm going to continue now.
Much longer affair. After hours of negotiations, the two sides agreed to submit into the record a statement from Republican Congresswoman Jamie Herrera Butler, which detailed a phone call from Trump to House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy on January 6th, where Trump told McCarthy the rioters cared more about election fraud than McCarthy. Impeachment managers decided to call her as a witness following a CNN report on the call Friday.
That was crazy. Hold up one second. Sorry about that, guys.
Detailed a phone call from Trump.
Somebody already started calling. My phone lines are not open right now. Do not call until I tell you to do so, okay? We're trying to get through the breakdown of all this stuff before we start opening up phone lines, okay? I'd really, really appreciate it. Let's continue where we were. But continue the conversation. Witness testimonies. Would that have helped in this trial or not?
To submit into the record a statement from Republican Congresswoman Jamie Herrera Butler, which detailed a phone call from Trump to House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy on January 6th, where Trump told McCarthy the rioters cared more about election fraud than McCarthy. Impeachment managers decided to call her as a witness following a CNN report on the call Friday.
The point is that no number of witnesses demonstrating that Donald Trump continued to incite the insurrectionists even after the invasion of the Capitol would convince them. They wouldn't be convinced.
With witnesses off the table, the two sides presented their closing arguments. The prosecution arguing that the evidence made it clear the riot was incited by the former president.
He named the date, he named the time, and he brought them here, and now he must pay the price.
And the Trump defense, warning the constitutional questions of convicting a former president were impossible to ignore.
This has been perhaps the most unfair and flagrantly unconstitutional proceeding in the history of the United States Senate.
When the votes were cast, 7 Republicans joined Democrats and voted to convict Trump, but fell short of the 2/3 majority necessary.
Yeah.
Richard Burr of North Carolina and Bill Cassidy of Louisiana voted to convict. Despite earlier voting, the trial was unconstitutional. After
literally 57 voted guilty, 43 voted not guilty, and 7 Republicans jumped over on the Democrat side and said, yes, most definitely this dude be guilty. I just want to point that out. 7.
It was all over. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, who voted to acquit, hammered Trump's actions, saying he was responsible for the riot and even suggested he could be tried in a criminal court.
Didn't get away with anything yet.
We're going to be talking about that here in a second.
Yeah. We have a criminal justice system in this country. We have civil litigation. And former presidents are not immune from being accountable by either one.
But Majority Leader Chuck Schumer argued the Republicans were using the constitutional argument as a cop-out. In his mind, the evidence was more than enough to convict.
Look at what Republicans have chosen to forgive. The former president tried to overturn the results of a legitimate election and provoked an assault on our own government.
So there you have it, guys. Whoa. Yes. No, I don't think I'm going to be seeing that movie. So anyway, so that's what's going on, y'all. Well, let me get my boy. Let me get my boy T back on here.
I'm lost. I can't find.
Sorry, man. I got you. I had to turn it down. The Stars trailer was blasting. So anyway. So there you have it, guys. That's only a piece of what we're going to be talking about here. But this is what's going on right now. As we have just said a second ago, and they saw, as you saw in the video, there were opportunities for witnesses to come up and speak. I feel like there were opportunities for witnesses to speak their piece on what was going on, and that could have dramatically changed the outcome of the votes. But they decided not to have any witnesses. That's why I'm going, how is this so fast? How did this happen so quickly? I could have sworn just yesterday it was, they were literally just starting the trials. And I'm going, oh man, this is going to be on for a while. Like I'm going, okay, we got this for a minute. At least next week. Bro, they started the top of this week and they ended now. Just enough time so everyone could go home with their loved ones and enjoy Valentine's Day and also a national President's Day as well. You know what I'm saying? Like
this was fast.
That was hella fast.
I mean, the R. Kelly trial was longer than this.
Bruh. The interview with Gayle King, R. Kelly's interview, was longer than this. Okay? Like, this is ridiculous. Okay? Surviving R. Kelly, the series, is longer than the trials that we just saw this week. Okay? Exactly. So, to me, I don't know why. I don't know why this is... I don't know how this is... I don't know how this happened. Okay? I don't know how this happened, but, but wait, there's more. Oh, there's more. Because you know how I am. I try to do my due diligence, try to find the information, try to find as much as I can, and all that. Now we do have the Mitch McConnell. He speaks here, and it's a long ass speech. But I want you guys to hear his thing because it doesn't make any sense why he would go and say. It doesn't make any sense why he would go and say. Phone lines are not open yet, guys. I will let you guys know when the lines are up. So, y'all are messing up my flow. Hold on. I love you, but give me a second here. So, the thing is that it doesn't make any sense that Mitch McConnell, who has been like spearheading this whole situation, saying he has done bad, what he did was wrong, he should be impeached, all that stuff. He has been like, remember we were all like, what is this opposite day? Is this opposite day? Because he's been cool with the impeachment of Trump, right? Right? Could have swore that happened. Last time I checked, that's what happened. Okay, on opposite day when Mitch McConnell decided to jump on the other side, which is cool. It's fine. But guess what he does? He goes ahead and he literally goes and votes not guilty. Then he does this BS. Let's take a look at this. Come on, man.
January 6th was a disgrace.
He kind of sounds like Jimmy Stewart, by the way. That's what it is. That's what it is. Y'all, you see that moon up there? I want to bring it down for you. Okay, anyway.
American citizens attacked their own government. They used terrorism to try to stop a specific piece of domestic business they did not like. Fellow Americans beat and bloodied our own police. They stormed the Senate floor. They tried to hunt down the Speaker of the House. They built a gallows and chanted about murdering the Vice President. They did this because they'd been fed wild falsehoods by the most powerful man on earth. Because he was angry he'd lost an election. Former President Trump's actions preceded the riot were a disgraceful beauty. The House accused the former president of, quote, incitement. That is a specific term from the criminal law. Let me just put that aside for a moment and reiterate something I said weeks ago. There's no question, none, that President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of the day.
So then my question is this. Riddle me this, Batman. Riddle me this. If he is practically and morally responsible for what happened on the 6th, right? Then why did you vote not guilty? If you in your horde of horts, and deep down in your hort, if you felt Mitch McConnell, if you felt like he did something wrong, real talk, why did you vote not guilty? And then come up and then give us this BS, which solves nothing. Hold on. We're going to play a little bit more, and then we're going to jump off of this because there's more. And then I'm going to open up the phone lines. I promise you. The phone lines are not open yet, okay? Just give me a little bit. We're just massaging this. You know what I'm saying? We're just getting down in the juicy plums. Let's finish this real quick.
No question about it.
Oh yeah.
The people who stormed this building believed they were acting on the wishes and instructions of their president. And having that belief was a foreseeable consequence of the growing crescendo of false statements conspiracy theories, and reckless hyperbole, which the defeated president kept shouting into the largest megaphone on planet Earth.
He most definitely did. And yet, you still voted not guilty. And then jumped up here and said, but what he did was wrong. But what he did was wrong, y'all. That don't make sense, y'all. That don't make no damn sense. Now, he has been saying that he could possibly be taking this into basically criminal. He could be tried as a criminal for these things. But I'm telling you this. This is Teflon Don now. It's official. It's official. Teflon Don. Just sliding off all these accusations and everything. Just bop, bop. You know what I'm saying? Just unstoppable. Okay? I'm only 2 minutes and 15 seconds in this in his little speech. And I'm going, bruh, you had an opportunity to sway things. You had an opportunity to change things. You did not. Now you're going on your speech and saying, well, because, I think it's wrong and it's terrible and it's wrong. How is it wrong if he got away with it? Come on, y'all. That don't make no damn sense. Watch this. Say that they take him into court, which, by the way, I'm going to pull this up here in a second. Say that they take him to court. I'm sorry, T. There's so much to unfold here. There's more. I promise you. It's worth it. It's freaking worth it. It's freaking worth it. Okay.
It's all good.
Because we got to ruminate. We got to process this ish. Okay, so come with me on this ride. Okay? Thank you so much, my sweet babies. All right. So, after the acquittal. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you guys an article. I got an article and 2 little videos I want to show you guys, okay?
Then all this is deductible.
Really? Is it all deductible? Thank you. Just thinking about it. It is tax season. It is tax season, y'all. So, here it is. Here is one of the articles that I want us to see real quick, and then we'll jump into some more of these videos. And this is important, too. Now, he did say this in the video, in the speech. All right. But now that Donald Trump has been acquitted in his historic second impeachment trial, Democrats may still attempt to ban the former Republican president from seeking office again by invoking the 14th Amendment. That's number one part. That's part one. There's a possibility of that actually going on. Okay. On Thursday, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer did not rule out bringing legislation to bar Trump from office. I want you guys to know something, because there's another video that I'm going to show here very, very shortly. And I'm just going to show it to you guys very shortly. And it's messed up. Okay. So this is the third president, obviously, to be impeached, and this first to be impeached twice. We already know all this BS. Okay. So there's a possibility of him actually going and being tried criminally, going into court and being tried criminally. Now, I want to bring up this clip, 2 clips that I got, okay? Then I'm going to open up the phone lines, and we're going to talk, okay? See, you got my puppies all upset and stuff. This ain't gangsta, man. This ain't gangsta. So, Trump actually did respond. Apparently, he had some things to say. See, I'm talking about this, and my dogs are losing their minds. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is weird. Unity, everybody. Unity. Damn. So, let us talk about this real quick. Take a look at this.
Bring in ABC's senior national correspondent Terry Moran. And Terry, former President Trump is responding tonight. We haven't seen him publicly since January 20th, the inauguration. And this is his first reaction to the trial.
It is, Whit, and it will come as no surprise that former President Trump, has no expression of remorse or regret at all. As you pointed out, he calls the impeachment another phase of the greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. And then he looks ahead in this statement. He says that the Make America Great Again movement has only just begun.
It has only just begun. He always says that. He always says it's a witch hunt. And he always says we've only just begun. I swear to God, that should have been his walk-off song. Instead of YMCA, it should have been We've Only Just Begun to Live. Like, it should have been that damn song, y'all. I'm sorry. Not sorry. It's the truth. He loves to say that. We're just beginning. You know what I mean? The best is yet to come. Remember that stuff? Yeah, that actually happened. By the way, hit that like button down below. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button. I see a lot of new people. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Please go crush that subscribe button. That would really, really mean a lot. Working my way to 30,000 subscribers. So please go over there, crush that subscribe button, and jump back into the chat and be a part of that Pascal Show family chat. Anyway, let's continue.
And I look forward to continuing our incredible journey together in the months ahead. And so he sounds not just undaunted, but triumphant.
Oh, come on.
And Terry, we've also witnessed the bitter division within the Republican Party over this impeachment. Where does the GOP go from here?
Every time.
No one knows, Whit. Right now,
Hold on, guys.
Looks only just begun.
Every time. Phones aren't open yet.
I look forward to continuing our incredible journey together in the months ahead.
Here we go.
And so he sounds not just undaunted, but triumphant.
And Terry, we've also witnessed the bitter division within the Republican Party over this impeachment. Where does the GOP go from here?
No one knows, Whit. Right now, it looks like Mitch McConnell and other Republicans are trying to drive Donald Trump out of the party, not by voting to convict him, but by essentially accusing him, holding him accountable for the riot, and almost inviting local prosecutors to do their work for him. But Donald Trump clearly is going nowhere, and you can't name another Republican with greater name recognition, ability to raise money, dominate news cycles, or generate big crowds. I think we all know Donald Trump. He'll be back.
Ratings, 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 ratings.
Whit?
All right, Terry Moran, on this historic night in Washington, thank you very much.
You know, it's funny because at the end of the day, that is true. He has a draw. He most definitely does. Whether you want to agree with it or not, he's got a draw. You know what I'm saying? He's got a draw. But this is, of course he's going to feel empowered. Of course he's going to feel unstoppable, because this is the second time he's dodged something. That's pretty damn, I'm going to be real. That's amazing. That's amazing. Whether you like to hear that or not, whether you agree with it or not, it is amazing. I don't like it. I'm not a huge fan of Trump, like I've said before. I'm not. But at the same time, this story is freaking amazing. My mind is blown. But here's something else that happened. Here's something else that happened on Newsmax. Yeah, I know. But this is, and I know that you guys are going, Newsmax? Why would Pascal talk about Newsmax up in this piece? Well, there's a reason. There's something that they said in this clip, and we got to take a look at it.
Didn't want to say anything until this was over. It is now over, and I think 74 million Americans are very excited for the speech the president is going to give next. He is more powerful than ever. He is the conservative kingmaker, and I've just got one thing to say. Hashtag roll on 2024.
You heard that? Hashtag roll on 2024. So, his plan is to run again in 24. Now, is that good news? For some of y'all that I'm seeing in the comments and everything, some of y'all real hype about this news. Real talk. Some others are going, oh no, that's no bueno. Because the thing is that impeachment was supposed to slow him down. But guess what happened? Nothing. He's been acquitted for the second time. And right now, he's like American Gangster. He's Denzel Washington in American Gangster. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a scene where he literally is standing in the middle of a road on a sidewalk, and he just shoots Idris Elba point blank in the head, puts a $50 bill in a cup, rests it on his chest, and walks off, and no one IDs him. Apparently, that is a true story. Now, Trump is saying the same damn thing. He just walked away. Teflon Don, once again, has dodged a second impeachment, historical second Impeachment. You don't think that he's going to come back in with a vengeance, with everything he's got to make this thing happen for 2024? It's going to happen. Whether we like it or not, it's going to happen. So.
That's Trump, though. He already came back from COVID like he was just, one of the Avengers or something like that. So,
yeah.
He loves to brag and boast.
Yeah.
He survived different divorces and bankruptcies. He's a true showman. He's going to definitely show out his bravado in the next 3 years. So let's see.
I'll say this. U2 Angel 1 just said every psychopath will meet their end. Okay. Whether he's a sociopath, psychopath, if he's just, what's the word? Egomaniac, anything of that sort. A narcissist, and then some, you name it, he's everything. Mm-hmm. I guess I'm wondering when his, quote unquote demise will actually be. But at the same time, hey, he was tried and he was found not guilty. He was acquitted. I mean, that's basically, it is what it is. That's what it is right now. Them are the breaks, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we all know that, even if someone's acquitted doesn't mean that they're innocent. I mean, that can be, seen through numerous court cases over the years. And for those who on the other side of this who, were like OJ was guilty, he got off.
Hamburger.
Here we go. I mean, so Trump getting off shouldn't be your victory cry. If you're definitely a Trump supporter, you all know that facts can be conveniently left out of trials by prosecutors and so forth. But in the same time, we have evidence already. Social media is our instant receipts, so we have all the evidence already. We already can backtrack on our own, by ourselves, in our living rooms, on our laptops and cell phones, what we heard from Trump, what we saw from people who were misled by Trump on the Capitol steps and within the building. And people died. People died then. People died afterwards when they had committed suicide or other things that were connected to that incident. And I know I've already heard people say this over and over again, but what about BLM and Antifa during the summertime? I mean, I don't know who's responsible for that to put them on trial. I mean, those are various people in various places across America doing absolutely the wrong thing, terrible things. We know that already. It's not. I don't think anyone celebrating those events as being, yay, that's great. That's a black eye on America, and it's really a tough situation for those who were out there during the daytime trying to peacefully protest. That those during the nighttime and those at other times came and took advantage of the situations and destroyed properties and destroyed homes, destroyed lives. That's messed up. It is. But there's no single person to put on trial for that. And that's the difference right there. No one's celebrating anything of the sort. Both the summer riots and also the Capitol riots are both something that's very shameful. When we all get older and look back on these times, you can point fingers all you want at either side. But those who are accountable with blood in their hands have to deal with that. Those are the ones who at night have to deal with that in their sleep for the destruction that they made in America. And it's very unfortunate that we are definitely split even more from the events of 2020, unfortunately. And people have already decided to choose sides till this day. But, I mean, again, we only can blame the people who are out there doing the wrong thing. We can't label everybody under those umbrellas. Every person who was MAGA, every person who celebrates Black Lives Matter, we can't paint them into a picture or a corner of being one thing.
Right.
You can't. So there are people within both of those factions who decided to go astray and do the wrong thing publicly, and they have to wear that weight of those bad things happening.
Yeah, it's at the end of it all, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, what has happened has happened. Whether we want Trump to be found guilty or acquitted, this is what happened. I do think that there could have been, I feel like witnesses, a part of the trial could have changed things drastically, could have changed the outcome of everything drastically. I do think that he has, as Mitch McConnell said in that speech that he had, I only showed about 2 minutes of it. There's a 20-minute long video where he speaks about how how Trump had one of the most powerful microphones, one of the most powerful speakers, platforms in the world. And he used it for this for this situation. And he's responsible for those things. Now, he could be held accountable for those things. And we're going to see what happens when we basically approach that situation. Only time will tell. But right now, he has been acquitted. Now, phone lines are open. I want to hear your thoughts. Give me a call at 314-766-4581. Also, if you haven't done that yet, please go hit that subscribe button. I'd really, really appreciate it. Join in on the Pascal Show family. We got a lot of shows and a lot of pop-up videos. I usually do this show Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I do a Tuesday through Thursday evening show at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is just big news, and we just had to jump on here. We had to jump on here and talk about this for show. But we got a phone call. Let's take this. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Andrew, this is Pete from Chicago.
What's up, Pete from Chicago? What's on your mind? Speak on it.
Man, it's been a pretty frustrating week. I'd say everyone's just kind of holding their breath in anticipation, waiting for the result we all knew was coming, which is no justice. And it's just sad. It's frustrating, and I always used to think sometimes things don't get serious until they're at your door, and
right.
It's interesting to see all those senators as witnesses to what happened at their door, and to basically say that the colleagues' lives don't matter, the people that take care of them there don't matter, and just we don't matter, because I just saw that and felt like 9/11 to me when I was a kid. It was traumatic. As an American, it's just it's tragic, really, to see that people just can't agree on the simple things.
Right.
What's wrong is wrong.
Yeah, man.
So I just hope everyone takes a second to just ponder that it's not about party anymore. It's about right and wrong. And me personally, as a citizen of the United States, I do not validate what I saw on January 6th, which was domestic terrorism. Plain and simple.
And
if anyone wants to tell me otherwise, feel free. But if you're telling me Americans trying to kill and hang our vice president and to do what they did to that building was American and wasn't scary, and that's not a conversation I think many people can have, because we should tolerate that. It's just my 2 cents.
Well, thank you so much for the...
I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe.
Thank you, brother. Same to you, man. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, T, do me a favor. Maybe mute your... You're on mute? Wow. That is just hella loud. That is interesting. Anyway, let's try this one. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Mike, this is John calling from Georgia.
Georgia, what's up, man? You're on the Pascal Show. What's on your mind, man? Speak on it.
Well, the thing is that we're witnessing real time the death of the GOP. The only reason Mitch didn't convict Trump is he was afraid that there was going to be a conviction would have led to more fascist Trumpers in the primaries, which would lead to more losses in statewide elections in 2022. The party's going to die, but he's trying to keep it more alive, because if more Trumpers had run, they would lose more seats in the House and Senate in 2022. They'd win the primary, but they'd lose the statewide election.
Say that last part again. I'm so sorry. The things got a little funky over here. What did you say?
I said that he's trying to keep the party alive, but by preventing more Trumpers, fascist Trumpers, from running, because they would win primaries, but they would lose statewide elections, so they would lose even more seats in 2022 in the House and the Senate.
Interesting. So he was trying to save. So he was trying to what's the word? Okay, so he was just trying to save the party, if you will.
Yeah, he's just trying to save seats in the party.
But that's interesting, because then, so those seats are more important than, okay, let's just say, for what for a lot of people would sit here and go, well, what about justice? You know what I mean? What about justice for something that happened? Shouldn't somebody be held accountable? Or shouldn't he at least be held accountable for what had happened? Isn't him? I agree. What I mean is isn't there, like, what I'm trying to say is, shouldn't that outweigh a couple seats? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you have to realize that Mitch is kind of a cold, calculated, dude, and he's trying to play the long game with it, even though I would say if it was a secret ballot, it would be 90-10, and Trump would have been convicted on a secret ballot. But the more senators that voted to impeach him that are Republicans are all going to get primaried.
Mm-hmm.
Now, anyone who's up in 2022 is going to get primaried.
Gotcha.
And it's already going to happen. And they're going to lose seats. And he knows it, but they would lose a lot more.
Gotcha. So this is for him.
The party's still going to split.
Go ahead.
The party's still going to split in 2022, because they'll lose even more seats unless they miraculously don't get these Trumpers to win some of these primaries in 2021 leading up to 2022.
Gotcha. Okay. So for Mitch McConnell, this is, as some people would say, this is chess, not checkers. Basically.
Yeah.
This is the long.
He already.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they already reported that there was over 100 well-known Republican or ex-Republicans who have, like, campaign managers and stuff like that, who had, like, a few-hour conference call, I think, over the weekend or earlier this week about starting a new party, because they feel it's gone to Trump. So it's going to split either way, which is going to lead them to lose more seats and more elections.
Gotcha. So then I would love for this to be explained to, the general public of America. You know what I mean? For most people who are sitting here upset about the results. You see what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of people are seeing that. Go ahead.
No one covers it that way.
Right.
And honestly, there's only a few, I think, like The Hill and you, and also Lincoln Project, who covers it from a real political strategy standpoint. Right on.
That's and that's very interesting. You know what I mean? Thank you for that. Thank you for that piece of information. You know what I'm saying? It's an important angle. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, my pleasure. I've always been big on political strategy. I remember in high school and we were covering the Elian Gonzalez case, and I was like, well, Cuba's already won it from political strategy, because either choice the U.S. makes, they win.
What do you think, T? What are your thoughts?
On Elian Gonzalez, or you mean the whole thing before that?
What he said before that.
Which one? Oh, no, he made a really good point. I was actually agreeing with him a lot on you would say the disbursement of the GOP or the Republican Party. I do think that party is I said this before, they're definitely split right now. And that Trump has already mentioned, or maybe not Trump himself, but people have already mentioned a Patriot Party.
Yes.
As being the next route for them going forward. They do feel betrayed by fellow Republicans, especially with Mike Pence not doing what they wanted him to do in terms of, supporting Trump 100%. And it's definitely dividing the party right now. And even with Fox News being their go-to, they're moving more onto OAN. So there is a lot of changing pieces right now. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're seeing a rise in fascism basically in the Republican Party. Best case scenario, the party splits to two. It either becomes a new pro-Trump party and the Republican Party. Worst case, I think it's going to split into three. You're going to have Republicans leave and start a new party that are anti-Trump. Trump is still going to screw them to try to make as much money as possible and still create his own party. So I think it's going to be split three.
That's what's going to happen. I mean, that's pretty much what's going to happen. Patriot Party or whatever he wants to call it is going to be his party, and he's going to be running. He's going to be trying to do his own thing, like a Ross Perot type of thing, except maybe be a little bit more successful. You know what I'm saying?
People have to understand. I do understand the appeal for Trump in some ways. He's very charismatic. He's someone who definitely makes people without a voice feel like you have a supporter, and that's what Hitler did, right? And he's somebody. I mean, Trump has some big ass balls. He does. He knows how to talk the talk and walk the walk. But at the same time, he's only been about himself. So if anyone who thinks he cares about you, you're crazy. This guy cares about himself only. That's what I think.
Thank you.
But Trump is the symptom. He's not the cause.
Oh yeah, of course not.
People go to dictator and authoritarian figures when the middle class is crushed. The middle class has been crushed.
Yes,
and that's why
yes,
I left when he
that's
got
true.
nominated. I left the Republican Party because I'm a progressive. I consider myself a progressive Republican. I wanted to get back to Eisenhower days, where higher taxes on the rich and fair, universal progressive laws that help everybody and like infrastructure. But I think it's pretty much a lost cause at this point.
Yeah.
If Biden rebuilds the middle class, the Republican Party is done. If he really rebuilds the middle class or helps along the way, it's gonna crush the Republican Party.
Well,
that's interesting.
I mean, I don't know if I can trust Biden per se, but hopefully the middle class definitely gets rebuilt. It's been it's tough in the middle, for sure.
Yeah. We're gonna have to shelf this conversation because I know that there's other people that were trying to call in and everything.
Fine.
But I do appreciate real talk. Your name one more time. Your name one more time.
My name's John.
John, where are you calling from again?
I'm calling from Georgia.
Georgia. I love it.
I grew up in Maryland.
Say that again.
I grew up in Maryland, but
right on.
I've been in Georgia for 10 years, and I voted straight blue the last two major elections because of this stuff.
Word. Oh, wow. That's what's up. Well, John, thank you so much for the phone call. Would love to have you call back another time when we're talking about, when we're waxing political. All right, man. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care, guys. I'm going to keep watching.
Yeah,
thank you, brother. Peace. All right. Let's get this other phone call. They've been trying to call a lot. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
It's OMGE from Chi-Town, Illinois. Hey, I want to shout out to you. I like your show.
Thank you.
But I got a different respect to the way y'all do your show. Okay, can I say that?
Sure.
Okay. My problem with you guys, I know you want to know it's all about Donald Trump, but it really ain't about Donald Trump. It's about you guys. You guys not being fair in a way that you should be saying all our black men, including Bill Clinton and R. Kelly, not getting their justice. You understand what I'm saying?
Sort of.
Bill Cosby?
Do you mind?
Don't
Yeah.
block me now.
Do you
Don't
mind?
block me because that's your channel now.
Why don't you elaborate on that a little bit so we can understand a little bit more?
Okay, I'm going to elaborate like this.
Okay.
We black people are struggling all our life
True.
to get ahead.
True.
Okay? And we come up with a thing about women and not about our dedication to the black community. Right? You understand what I'm saying?
Sort of.
We struggle all our life to please somebody else but our own people. You understand what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't agree with it, but I see what you're saying.
In the right way, though.
I think that we're all free-thinking human beings, so we do what we want to do.
We ain't going to that all because now you going to that situation that black people don't have no mouth. We all thinking, but we all got a point of view about as this United States, black people suffer the most than any other race in this world, right?
True. We did suffer a lot, yeah.
Now we got to understand why we got to suffer, though. Right?
Now we got to understand why we had to suffer? Is that what you just said?
Why we got to understand why we have to suffer in the United States.
Okay. I mean, I think you're saying it's that black people have been marginalized the most, you're saying?
No,
and that we have more than work for it.
Listen, sir. Listen to what I'm saying. Don't try to train my words. Why black people gotta suffer the most in the United States? Answer that question first before you go in the diplomatic of what you want to think.
No, I'm trying to clarify what your point is. Are you saying that people who are black are suffering more than everybody else?
Yeah. No, I'm saying black people suffer the most than any other race on this continent.
Yeah, that's obvious though. Yeah, no one's not saying that.
It's not obvious because we take that advantage because we don't understand that we human beings. Now come on, man, we gotta come to the real deal. You gotta program the truth, life of people who want to understand the truth of life, right?
Right.
Also, that is true. Wow. Black people suffer more on this earth than any human being in the United States of America, right?
Yes.
Because we never had rights when we came there, right?
Exactly.
I
mean, everything that you're saying is.
I'm not trying to start no revolution or like that. I'm just trying to get a focus on people that want to understand us because we sit in this thing and try to cross things up, and white people never understand it until we be truthful to ourselves, right?
Well, all right.
Come on, bro. You know the answer to that question now.
No, I get what you're saying, but I mean, are you saying that we're responsible here on this platform to address that only?
No, I'm saying that we can't look for nobody else to do enough for but ourselves.
Oh, yes, you're right about that for sure. So, I mean, here we are.
So
let's go.
While we here, hold on, bro. Slow down. While we here, Democrats, all our musicians, all our citizens, all our dedicated on a false preaching that they don't get no justice from the white man. Answer that question.
I didn't understand that question.
Yeah, that's a little bit slurry there, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna let you know how the question is. Michael Jackson didn't get no jurisdiction when he really, you know in your heart. Now, you might not know in your heart the way you want to present yourself to the media, but you know in your heart, Bill Cosby didn't get no justice. R. Kelly didn't get no justice. Prince didn't get no justice. There's a lot of us didn't get no justice. We just want to equal jail justice. That's all we calling for.
Okay. So you are okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
So so then let's go here real quick. So you don't think R. Kelly is guilty of what he had done? Let's just go there real quick.
I do not, because I need to hear this. Just like Donald Trump got whatever he got acquitted of,
yeah.
We need to have R. Kelly be his justice due when he get acquitted or if he get convicted. He needs justice. He's not no slave. He's not a human being that
I see what you're saying.
A monster or nothing like that. He's a human being, so he needs justice.
I mean, I'm not riding for R. Kelly. I'm not riding for Trump either. I mean, wrong is wrong.
None of them.
Wrong is wrong.
You ran on public things. You're not right on justice.
Listen.
As long as you don't ride on justice, you can be in the same situation R. Kelly in and anybody else.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean the criminal justice system isn't.
If we're gonna stick by the law, we need justice, equal.
We need justice, absolutely.
Oh man,
but
don't hesitate. I know people are already talking. Sit it down. Don't let them talk or nothing like that. But brother, you a man. You're a human being. It's just like a lot of people when they just vote for Donald Trump. They had motherfucking 7 people that made the decision of their moral value. That's what this is all about your moral value. It ain't about what you think. It is about your moral value.
Yeah, I mean the hypocrisy here is alarming. Right.
You shouldn't even be in the radio. You should be on YouTube. You should be nowhere. You gotta have a moral value of what you think. That, hey, we got moral value in the United States, and people don't want to listen. They could turn away. They could talk what they want to say, but all are equal. And everybody is in your soul. We have a moral value, but hey, we all equal.
You're Mr. Super.
Right on. Right on. I mean, I'll say this.
I love you, man. I love your show. I'm not here in a politics situation because I know that, hey, I'm 62 years old. And I've been around before you've been around. Maybe if you ain't 62 and over me.
No.
I know the hard time and the good time. And I've seen many presidents that you might not ever seen. But I appreciate you having a program that let people speak their mind and let people understand what life is really about in the United States of America. Because if we don't know that, we lost.
That is true. And you know what? I appreciate you calling in, man.
That's all I'm asking you.
Thank you.
Just speak your mind, tell the truth.
Right.
Don't hold back in the truth.
That's true.
The truth going to survive no matter how many demons try to come in there and try to tell you lying. You know the truth.
That's
so
true.
Let them say what they want to say, because your program is about lying, your program is about truth. So, brother, I hired y'all. Keep your head up.
Thank
Keep
you.
doing what you're doing. And I love you for your information that you bring to the public on the internet.
Thank
and
you.
Hey, stay up, okay?
You too, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right. I was having a hard time understanding like everything that he was saying. It was
Yeah, Super had jokes in the chat. That was funny.
But I appreciate him coming in. Yeah, I read the jokes too. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, I'm Chris from Delaware.
Chris from Delaware. What's up? How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We are good. We are good. How is Delaware and what's on your mind? Speak on it.
Cold, freezing rain. Today's my birthday, by the way, February 13th.
Happiest of birthdays. Happy
oh my gosh,
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. And can
Yes.
that picture in the background, it's retro, it's manly, loving it, absolutely. And T, oh my God, the sweetness that you give off, love. Absolutely love. You guys really do rock.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, so today, disappointed. Just disappointed. Absolutely disappointed. And can we just, keep the respect? Because, can we just keep the respect? I'm just saying that to, the people that call in, because you guys rock, and I hate to see where it goes a little left. But anyway, totally disappointed about today with the whole Trump thing. I disappointed, but did I really expect, the one side to kind of, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The number that was on the other side more than I expected, but disappointed. And the one thing that kind of brought me back was literally, I have 2 Black Lives Matter shirts and one I Can't Breathe, Black Lives Matter, and I looked at it and it was just right there because I have 2 of them in the flag. I kind of keep in my room, and I just said, you know what, I have to remember when they were first protesting. I always remembered there were people there that did not look like me, more people there that did not look like me or had my color. Of course, I'm Black. And
right on.
And the world will move forward because when that happened, exactly when Earth erupted, other countries, oh my gosh, I've heard of, but probably within those countries of little towns I've seen, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like they don't even know my name, and they're out there outraged about this. So of course this stuff like this will happen, but it just gives me courage because there were 7 million more people that, what is that, 81 million people that absolutely is probably outraged, but knows, you know what, I got these people, we're good, we are still friends, we're still going to move on. So there was actually peace in that, but I just remember the protest when I just saw more people that did not look like me on the street shouting that my life matters, didn't even know what I looked like, even my son. I'm like, whoa. So that was more powerful, empowering for me, opposed to, I guess, what happened today. So that's just what I wanted to share. Disappointing, but that protest of people and really their feelings, that outweighs absolutely everything that happened today.
Yeah. You know what, Chris, I do appreciate you calling in and saying that piece, because, I mean, we are in a time right now where people are starting to band together, like on a positive note, to look at this in a different light. I mean, this gentleman, President Trump is former President Trump. He is not
right.
in a second term or anything. I mean, he could try for 2024, but that's a long time from now. It doesn't mean that he's going to actually become president again, but,
right.
there is a slim chance of that actually happening. So, I mean, with that being said, I mean, I do appreciate you saying that, there are people out there that are rallying together. I mean, this is the reason why he's not in office in the first place, because people rallied together and voted. The people spoke, and we were actually heard this time, unlike maybe all the other times that we've ever voted. You know what I'm saying? And this is a time where we should be banding together, supporting each other, all of us, white, black, polka dot, whatever.
Yeah, and it's super encouraging that, Biden is for peace. I don't care if anybody agrees or not. And it's great to see, again, a woman, like a first woman. I'm not stopping history from happening. Like, be salty over there. Can we have the history moving on where we can just be together, be happy? I don't care what you look like at the end of the day, as long as, I always tell people this when it comes to my house, as long as you don't steal from me, you know what I mean? And as long as you respect my family, I don't care what you look like. Hey, come on, let's have fun. Let's look at The Walking Dead. Let's play Xbox. Come on over. Absolutely. Like, what else is there to a person?
Yes.
But themselves.
Yes.
So that's just what I wanted to share. And just encourage people that Joe Biden is the president. We don't have to hear the nonsense. And the encouragement, don't forget where we are, where we were, how many people stood up. And again, I'm black. I'm talking to the black community. How many people that did not look like you stood, made sure they had those signs up in the middle of a pandemic.
True.
Don't forget that. Yes, today was a sad day for most of us, but we already moved on technically. You know what I mean? So I just want to have this encouragement on the show and to show love. And oh my gosh, the puppy! The puppy! That's it. Puppy, that's all. You guys, thank you again for taking my call.
Anytime.
Oh my gosh, just keep giving the sweet vibes. I love it. Oh my gosh, we're here all day, every day. Love it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we need more phone calls from you, okay?
Awesome.
With all this enthusiasm.
I love it.
For life.
I love it. It's my birthday. I'm so happy you guys took my call.
Oh,
birthday present.
By the way, hold up. It's your birthday, right? So hold up.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Hey, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, okay?
Thank you. That was so sweet.
Thank you so much for calling. And call back again
Thank
another
you guys.
time. All right. Peace.
I sure will. Second in a row. I appreciate it. You guys have a great night.
You too.
Call last night, yeah.
Bye.
Peace.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. We got the phone calls flooding. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is the Debate Meets channel. What's
up,
going on?
Debate? How you doing, my brother?
Debate Meets back online, man.
Yeah, man. He's back.
I'm doing good, but I'm disappointed like a lot of people, but I'm disappointed from a different angle, I think, than a lot of people are. I'm really disappointed with the Democratic Party. I really think that they screwed the pooch yet again. Remember the last impeachment? They had all these talk about, the Senate and Mitch McConnell. Remember those excuses?
Yes.
Now they have the Senate. They have the Senate this time. They have the executive branch this time. And what did they do with it? They didn't call no witnesses. Last time it was the Republicans that were blocking the witnesses. Now we have the Senate. They had control to be able to call witnesses, subpoena Trump. And I know people think negative. They say, it wouldn't work. Then why are you doing the impeachment then if you're not trying to win? And if you're trying to win, why are you not using every single thing you have at your disposal? I think it's very important that people realize the games that politicians play. Don't just focus on Republicans. Yes, we know they're corrupt, but it's politicians in general. Because one thing that I've picked up on is a lot of times the Democrats don't want to do stuff, and they will use the Republicans as cover. So they'll do a half-assed effort trying to get something done, supposedly, and then Mitch McConnell blocks it and say, "Oh well, we tried." When there's other things they could have done or they could have really tried, and then they just make excuses. Now they have the Senate, now they have the executive branch. What's the excuse? Where's the $2,000 check that he said he's going to deliver me? Where is that? Why it's important that we understand that is because until we realize the game that's being played, we're going to continue to see things the way they are now, where we're not going to get the improvements that we want because they're going to always pretend to be fighting for us, don't really deliver, and then they're going to give us some excuse. I'm going to be like, oh, those Republicans. And now I'm going to end on this note. Right now, we're headed to a dangerous time because the Republican Party is falling apart. And believe it or not, we need them. We need competition. The Republican Party is the only reason why Democrats are even doing anything for us because they know they can lose power. It's all about power and money. Right now, with the Republican Party falling apart, they're not really a threat. So why give us anything? Why should Biden do any work? Why should any of these politicians do any work if there's no competition? So we got to realize that it's not always the Republicans. Their problem, yes, but we got to realize that the Democrats themselves play us all the time. They're inept, they're weak, and I put a lot of the blame on the impeachment on them.
You know, that's a strong point. What you just
I have to get off my chest.
No, you're good. No. You got, and that's a very good point. Like it's like the yin and the yang. They need each other. You know what I mean? Without that, there is no balance. And then everything goes off kilter, and that could be really, really bad. So I do agree. And that is smart. You know what I'm saying? That is very, very smart, what you just said. And we would not want to see, let's just say, the Republican Party split up or implode and end up breaking off into different parties. Then things get very confusing. But then at the same time, though, that could also be a blessing in a way, if you really think about it. Because then those particular parties, it's always been like we've always talked about this on the show. I've heard it on other channels as well, of everything being so bipartisan all the time. It's just the Democrat and Republican. We don't have other choices to pick as far as like who's going to be elected as president. So I'm not sitting here saying that the Republican Party breaking up is a good thing, but I do see an opportunity for more choices when it comes to, let's just say, choices for running for a particular seat. You see what I'm saying?
Actually, I just realized there's a silver lining in this that just occurred to me. I didn't think about before.
What's that?
This could actually be an excellent thing. Here's one of the things we've been stuck in before. We've been stuck in this two-party system, right?
Yes.
So it's kind of like you don't really have a choice, right?
No.
But
I mean, right, but no.
If you break up the Republican Party, then that means that finally another party could actually have a chance. Remember, you can't fight against the Democrats because you have the Republicans on the other side. But if it's a failing Republican Party and versus the Democrats, and then another party that's actually talking better than the Democrats, like, hey, the Democrats are not really delivering or whatever. This could be a chance for another party to step up and finally have a chance. So there's a positive way. I don't know. I'm not like a political expert or nothing like that, but I think there could be something in this. I mean, what do you think about that?
I mean, I think that would be incredible to actually have other choices and for it to not be just, red or blue the entire time. And that because there are all these people out here. I mean, we just had a gentleman on just a second ago, John, who is saying that he's a libertarian, but he's like a libertarian, a progressive Republican. That's interesting. That's different because it's not like not everybody is set up just to be a traditional straight up and down Democrat or straight up and down traditional Republican. There are so many different people that have different thoughts and how they that are just a mix of different ideas, of different political views that don't always just lay on just Democrat or Republican. A lot of people have different views that are like kind of merged, you know what I mean, that are infused together. And that's what I think. I think that's how the world is, or at least how the country is. But we are so stuck with being pushed either into one side of the spectrum or the other. You know what I'm saying? But we are now in a place where we can literally have our political views be a little bit more, let's just say, bendable, a little bit more malleable, a little bit more flexible, let's just say, so that you can be a Democrat you may agree with certain Democratic views, but maybe you are pro-life. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different things.
I'm gonna jump off because I know there's other people that want to get on the call, but I want to leave everyone with this point to consider.
Shoot.
The fact that, in my view, anyway, the fact that Trump got acquitted is actually strong evidence of the power of our democracy. I know that sounds crazy. Like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to understand the reason why Donald Trump was acquitted was because of our democracy. I know people think, oh, it's because of Trump and the party. Listen, the Republican Party does not care about Donald Trump. The Republican Party cares about what all politicians care about, money and power. Where do they get their money and power from? The voters. If they betray Trump, that's betraying the voters. They lose the power and money because the voters vote them out. Imagine if the Democrats were also afraid that we wouldn't vote for them. Imagine what we could accomplish. Look at what the Republican Party is doing right now, being ridiculous, letting that guy off for what he did. Imagine what we could do if we scared the Democrats that if you don't step up, we're not going to vote for you. Imagine what could happen.
Shoot, if you don't do things that black people are asking for the longest time, you might get into some serious trouble. You know what I mean? Or you won't get our vote. And that's a very good point. Debate me. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate the phone call.
All right, man. I'm going to hop off, man. Enjoying the show. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, brother. Peace.
All right, so, man.
All right, later. Yep.
All right. You're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Pascal. This is T. What's kicking, my man?
Man, chilling, man. Chilling. Where you calling from?
This is Missouri, and it's Ankle again.
Oh, right on. Oh, yeah. How you doing, man? What's up? Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't hear your name in the beginning.
I got a couple things for you.
Shoot.
One, the redneck is not an ambassador to the accent. Sorry.
Right on.
I don't know what the hell that old boy was saying, but whatever. Anyhow, as far as the other guy in the third party system, I've been preaching that for years. I'm a libertarian.
Right.
But that's all I got to say on it for this evening. I figured I'd just point it out and say, you know what? People that have my accent don't necessarily think like that old boy. So
Gotcha.
But time, place, and manner restrictions aside, that's all I can talk about on this.
Okay.
Unless you ever wanted to get back into the economics and the agricultural malfunctions of things that may have been missed out.
Right on, man. Well, shoot. I appreciate you calling. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much. And call back in when we have another call-in time.
Yep, you got it. That's all I wanted to say, my man.
All right, brother.
Not my people.
You stay up, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Later.
All right, man.
Bye.
Peace. All right, y'all. Well, okay. So that. Oh, okay. One more. Una más. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Tennessee.
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
What did you say, Corey?
Colby.
Hey, Colby. Hey, by the way, can you turn off the or can you put mute the show in the background so we can hear you?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me better?
Hey, by the way, can you turn off or can you put the yeah, just mute the show in the background. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on. Is this better? I hope it is.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, what is on your mind, man? Speak on it.
Well, my thing is obviously there's clearly, a divisive rhetoric in our country, and it's constantly, it is racially, we attribute it to a particular race, or we attribute it to a particular movement. And my question for you is, what has this president done or said for you that is going to establish something different? What has he done, or what will he do to make it any more equitable or, agreeable for all of us? Because at the end of the day, I think that most of us have failed to realize that both sides are here to divide us. They are here to cut us down the middle, to divide us by our color, by our beliefs, by our fundamental beliefs. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're pro-abortion, you're anti-abortion. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we can't even walk into a store. We can't walk into a place of business without being, bombasted by just ideas that necessarily we subscribe to or we don't subscribe to. And really, man, it does not come down to color. I am a gay American. I am white. I love people of all colors. And it's truly disgusting to see what has gone on. And it's not that I love Trump. I do support him, but man, I mean, it just goes on and on. And if you watch the news, it's so apparent. It is right there for us to see. And it's just constant divisiveness. And really, that's the only message I have to say, is that it's disgusting. And, to see the ugliness that we have for each other is shameful. And how do we all step up and preach for ourselves as Americans? It doesn't matter what color we are. It doesn't matter what religion we are. It is all about just having the right. It is the equal rights that we are granted upon us by God. And that is, to me, the most important. And that's really all I have to say. So I'd love to hear you discuss it.
Colby, that was beautifully said. Real talk. That was very well said. Thank you so much for saying that, first off. And yes, there has been divisiveness like a mug for a while now, for a good long while now. There has been nothing but divisiveness. We have been dealing with it since, I hate to say it, but since Trump was walked into office. Now I'll say this. There's a lot of divisiveness that happened that he did not condemn. He did kind of let it just sit there. There was a lot of moments where there were opportunities for him to change those things, right? And he didn't. They just ended up being just kind of opened, unanswered questions that would be just sit there and go, hey, well, is he a racist? Is he not a racist? Is this going on? Is he doing this? Does he care about black people? Does he care about the LGBTQ community? You know what I mean? Does he care about any of those things? Those things tend to sit and fester and ruminate over time, to the point where we get to a place where there are riots in the streets, where we get people who are feeling that things are being unjust, where a man gets choked out after 8 minutes and 32 seconds, and he can't even mutter the man's name. And when he does say it, it's off of something completely different. It's something unrelated. So there are things like that that happened that I think that make people feel some type of way to the point where it had turned into a weapon. It had turned into something that was divisive. You know what I mean? At least that's what I think, you know? And one thing he just asked, Colby did ask this question, and I appreciate the phone call. See, my dogs are all upset. Colby, you upset my puppies, man. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, the question is, a lot of it is, what he asked is, what is Biden going to do? Or what do we want Biden to do? Well, first, more than anything else, I would love to see him bring this country back together. At least stitch it back up to a certain extent. Do his best to bring this and unify this country. The fact that we do have our first female Black Asian vice president in office as well, I'm not sitting here saying that should just be, we're done. Yep, unified, and just walk off stage. No, we have a lot of work to do. A lot. And I feel, and this is what I feel that when Trump was voted in, when he walked into office, I feel that we took many, many giant steps backwards on the way that we treat each other in America, how Americans treat each other. I really do think that there was a step, a few large steps that went backwards. And then we took a few more steps even more when craziness and racial injustice started to happen in the streets. More and more videos of cops doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So the thing is I would love to see this world be stitched up and start to heal under the Biden administration. If not, we're going to see real soon if he's capable of doing what he says he's going to do. But he's got a lot of work to do. He's got a lot on his hands. He's got a whole lot on his hands. Because the person that we had in office nuked the bad boy. Like, nuked it. And now we're trying to stitch everything back up with spit, bubble gum, duct tape, and toothpicks right now. So, Colby, I appreciate you giving the calling in and bringing in that question. But yeah, I mean, more than anything in the world, I just want to see our country become, at least start going backwards or start going forwards towards unifying, becoming one again. I mean, I don't know if we were really one to begin with. There was still racial injustices. There were still racial injustices going on. But hey, we can at least start walking towards that possibility, you know? But this person changed things, and we have what happened on the 6th, and it was so terrible. But at the same time, it's like there's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of black people out here that are like, see, told you. What you saw is what we see every single day with the MAGA hats and all that. And I'm not saying anything about the MAGA hats, but they just symbolize something else now, which is sad. And now, once did he ever say, don't wear that if you're going to be that kind of person? Never. And for 4 years, and still for a long time, I feel like the black community was being ignored. But what else is new? Hey, what else is new? You know what I'm saying? So
I think there's a big distinction, though, Pascal. I mean, from what I hear and read, you know, it's a slippery slope because people who really believe that black people don't have it as bad. They'll say it, you know, they'll say, well, white privilege. Well, there's a homeless white guy down the street. Where is his white privilege at? And that's just a really silly comparison.
Right.
That's very, very silly. Privilege, for the most part, is really giving someone the benefit of the doubt And we can see that just for the past few years with the Karens being caught on camera. We have to be really careful about, about when we mention privilege, because there's so much entangled with privilege. It's not simply your white skin makes your life better. That's not what it equals.
Mm-hmm.
But historically, people of white descent have had laws and policies put in place that gave them an unfair advantage over everyone else, especially white wealthy men. And that's been historically what it's been. That's economics. You're going to read about Thomas Sowell and all those people that people like to bring up. That's economics. So wealthy white men run this world, not country, but just the world in itself.
Oh, there's also Jewish lasers in space. I just wanted to add that in there too.
And there's ranks going down, and you can say this: every ethnic group in America who's come here, the Irish, the Italian, Vietnamese, Japanese, everybody has had the foot of the person that's been on top, on their necks. Everybody has faced discrimination. Everyone has faced some kind of I'm not included as an American. But you can be honest with it. What group of people have always had the foot on the back of their necks the whole time? That's from black folks. Always, consistently, every decade. You can say every decade, blacks have been on the bottom. So make America great again. Come on, for who?
Exactly.
For who? Literally.
Again.
We had a few black people had a few years off when 9/11 happened because Muslims were getting all the brunt. Of the hate. They were, seriously.
But that's true.
They were the new N-words. They were. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying black people are all victims. I'm not a victim. Hell no. Don't put that shit on me.
Yeah.
I'll prosper my ass off in this country.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're all complaining about being victims. It's not about being victims. It's about stating the facts. Facts over feelings here. And look at, would you want to be black? Would you? Answer that question. If you're not black, would you want to be black? That was a Chris Rock joke, by the way, a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And honestly, because blacks as a community, matter of fact, our subgroup, the NIGGAs, the subgroup of black people have get the most attention for all of their negative behavior. Think about that. Every time you hear about black stuff, it's negative. The hood, the slums, the ghetto. That's all you hear about. You don't hear about the stuff that come out of there that's good. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear about the good stories. You hear about the ghetto, Chicago.
But isn't it funny?
Black crime.
Real quick, isn't it funny, though, when somebody tries to do something else, when you try to, transcend, try to get out the hood, try to do better on your life, do something positive, they're instantly calling you every other derogatory term you can think of for trying to get out the hood. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to just do something positive with yourself.
I'm pretty sure that, I came out the hood. You know what I'm saying? I've made it pretty well for myself. And I'm not trying to brag about myself. But at the same time, it's possible. But black people are not just one boxed in kind of people. So we got to stop being grouped together as we all think alike. We all do the same thing.
Yeah.
Earlier with our video about the vaccine.
I was just about to say that.
That's so discouraging for a person like me who came from the hood, who came out of it, and I've acquired multiple degrees and I'm educated, blah, 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 blah. For me to still go to work into other communities that are more affluent, or to go shopping in more affluent neighborhoods, I have to speak differently. I have to dress differently. I have to present myself differently. I can't go in there looking just casual. I have to look above and beyond because I already have really people who may look at me as being less than them just based off their own backgrounds. But until they meet me, they go, "Oh, my bad. You're not even who I thought you was, man." And that's fine. But we're already prejudged. And I'm not playing victim, but we're already prejudged. So I have to work a little bit harder. Honestly, I have to work a little bit harder to not fit their narrow point of view. You know what I'm saying? And that's our struggle. It's that duality there.
Yeah.
Duplicity. That we have to be on time. We have to dress better. You know what I'm saying?
We have to be bilingual. Better. We have to be bilingual.
We got to prove ourselves more over and over again. And that's the privilege. Is proving myself to be just kind of like where you are in your life. And I always get, oh, where you live, where you from? So you're already right there judging me like where I'm from. It doesn't matter where I'm from. It's how I'm acting.
Facts.
It's how I act, how I show myself to be a human just like you are. If my struggle, and I had struggles, my struggle was so hard from where I came from, point A, over to, like, let's say M, my struggle in itself should be a book or a movie. Thank God I made it that far.
Yeah.
So now where you are. But you started not at point A. You're like, let's say letter, L. You know
I was just going to say L,
so that privilege, like, you didn't work as hard as I worked to get where I had to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you being born on third base, thinking that you hit a home run, does not make sense to me. You got to bust your ass, like everyone else has to bust their ass in this country, the land of the free, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So I'm doing things the American way. I am. But don't group us into a people of saying, oh, blacks this and blacks that. You have LeBron James, you have Oprah. Those are anomalies. Those are small, minuscule numbers of people who've been super, uber successful. That doesn't mean that the plight of black people was over.
Right.
Go to the hood listen, where I come from right now in Philadelphia, the hoods are being gentrified. So if you lived there for the last 30 years, my mom did, they're gone. That rent that was $1,000 a month is now $3,000 a month. Peace out. That means those who have money are coming in and buying the homes up and doubling up, tripling up on profit. Come on. And then we have nice parks and nice neighborhoods now in the hood. Why wasn't that there in the 80s?
Facts.
With Reagan and crack. Why wasn't it there in the 90s when I grew up with crack violence in the street? That wasn't there. I had to go to a neighborhood school, make it through a neighborhood school to bust my ass to get to a really good college by myself.
Right.
Into graduate school multiple times. So, like, the plight is just different. It's different. And no one's claiming victim. No one's blaming you to be guilty. I don't care about white guilt. Show me that you have empathy. Show me that you actually care about what I've gone through. Respect me as a man. And let's talk. But this whole political party split, the whole media split, the whole split about, left and right. F all that. The biggest thing right now in this country is economics. And it's always been. The black dollar is worth nothing because in the black community, we don't own anything in there.
Yeah.
We don't. The corner stores are Asian, Hispanic, right? Laundromats, Asian. Gas stations, Asian. Different kind of Asian, obviously. But everything's owned by somebody else. It was Jewish. It was Italian. Everything's owned by other people. The reason why the black people are suffering in their communities, there's no investment of money.
There's no ownership.
No revenue coming back over and over again.
Yeah.
Distribution of wealth is non-existent. So we consume to other ethnic groups who maintain the economic advantage. That's the difference right there. Our schools are poor, neighborhoods are poor, because we have no reinvestment of economics. And when we ask for reparations, which we did a couple of years ago, that was, I don't know about reparations. I'm fine with that. I don't want to check. What I need is tax exemption. I'll take that.
Bang.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take 0% loans for a business or for college. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want your cash. I want an opportunity to earn my worth in this country. I don't want no freebie, but I do need a helping hand here and there. And I don't mean welfare. You know what I'm saying? I mean a helping hand. Okay? And those who get mad about welfare, look at the corporate welfare happening in this country. The bailouts of corporations over the years who pay little to no tax at all. So welfare is on both sides, corporate and the people who are impoverished. So let's not be one-sided on what we think about those things. So I'm off my soapbox.
No, but that was very well said, man. I mean, you just drop the mic and walk off the damn stage. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, and that's one thing. I mean, there's no opportunities for ownership. Straight up. There are no real opportunities for ownership, and that's what's so frustrating about it all. You know what I'm saying? And I wish that there was better opportunities for the black community to be able to reinvest in ourselves, to be able to reinvest in the communities that we live in and grow up in. You know what I mean? So that was beautifully said, man. Real talk. That was very, very well said.
Thank you.
But shoot, now the internet's now acting a fool. See, you just broke the internet too. You broke my Wi-Fi. Thank you.
Big brother, you know how it is, man.
But I'm done.
I'm saying.
I'm done. But if y'all are feeling what he was saying, what T was saying, most definitely, y'all need to go and hit that like button down below. We have to wrap the show up. I do appreciate all the phone calls. Man, phone calls have been on fire every single night so far. I'm gonna be doing more phone calls, man. Trust and believe. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and it's also my 5th anniversary of this show, by the way. So I wanted to say that real quick. I've been doing this show for 5 years, but it's been in different areas and different formats and all that stuff. It was not like this. Trust and believe it was not like this. But, we will be talking about some stuff tomorrow, celebrating Valentine's Day. But then, of course, we will be talking about 5-year anniversary and all that good stuff. We'll be chopping it up a little bit. And then on Monday, we will not be doing a Monday morning show because I got some work I got to do as far as setting up this new setup that I got. But Monday evening, I will be interviewing a person that I know. He goes by Dr. Blake. He is going to be on the new season of Temptation Island. No kidding. He's going to be on this new reality show or the second season of this reality show called Temptation Island. He's one of the single guys that gets to run amok and try to make out with a whole bunch of girls. So he's going to be on Monday evening to chop it up and talk about everything. But yes, Crystal, thank you so much for saying happy 5 years. I really do appreciate it. Preacher Pascal. No, I'm not doing that, Panda. Hell nah. But I will be on tomorrow for a little bit to just kind of take a trip down memory lane, talk about 5 years. Hopefully you guys will be able to join me and all that. I'll be putting it in the Discord. If you haven't done it yet, please join our Discord. Our Discord has been on fire lately, okay? Lots of people on there, people showing up things, throwing in pop-up videos that they'd like me to react to and do pop-up videos on. So please, keep doing that. Join that Discord. Again, join that Discord. That would really mean a lot. If you haven't done it yet, crush that subscribe button. And also, we do have merch. So please go to the merch store down below. The link is down below. Please go and check it out. We got all kinds of great stuff. Got some more new stuff coming out actually tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. Some new prints and whatnot. And I'm working on some more stuff. I'm about to bulk up this merch store, and hopefully you guys will just can't help but keep swiping your card, I guess. Something like that. But anyway, T, thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes. And guys, I love all you guys. You guys are all amazing. It was an amazing turnout tonight. Didn't expect it to be that crazy. No, we got more than just a 16-ounce mug, Mr. Super. There's other things. Sweatshirts, T-shirts, masks, stickers. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on some leggings. I'm working on some other things, man. So keep at it. You know what I'm saying? Keep checking it out. We are working hard at more content, more merch for the merch store. So go check it out. I got a buy shirt. I got all kinds of stuff. So go check it out. There's a plethora of things over there, more than you can even think of on that page right now. But anyway, I love all you guys. Hit that like button down below. Don't forget to do that. Hit that subscribe button. Okay. Whew. Be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point. It'll probably be mid-morning time. I'll be on live. Okay, guys? Just check the community page and check the Discord. I'll let you guys know when I'm about to go live, all right? Anyway, be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Have a fantastic and wonderful and relaxing night, okay? Hopefully we got all of our stress out, you know what I mean, in this hour and 45-minute stream, okay? Like, that's all I'm gonna say.
If not, tomorrow's V-Day, guys.
Yes. Get that frustration out another way. In a loving manner, though. Come on, guys. Come on. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this woo-saw moment on the Pascal Show. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Peace and wellness for the holidays. Don't cancel them. Prepare STL. Decorate. Make it as normal as you can, but slow the spread of COVID. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Watch your distance. Prepare STL, helping St. Louisans of color prepare and prevail.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. I mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.